If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I'm always concerned about damage to your teeth or your gums from oral piercings. Now, if you want an oral piercing without that damage, maybe you should check out the vertical lip piercing. I just want to say, when you get this piercing done and you look in the mirror, notice how straight it is right away. It's not swollen yet, because in the next couple days, it's going to swell and it's going to look crooked. Don't worry, it'll go back. This piercing is anatomy dependent. You do want to have a slightly pouty lip so you actually have a little bit of a ridge to pierce, just like the one right up here. Now also when you're looking, this person here would not be a good candidate for the piercing because there's not a whole lot to grab a hold of, and there's the possibility of it rejecting out, which would leave a pretty ugly scar. So make sure you have a nice pouty lip and a good quality piercer. Now as far as the placement goes, of course you want this centered and straight to your face. Now, some people, their nose might be a little crooked or eyes off a little bit. There's a lot of different variations which the face will have, and you want to place it to the whole face, not just the lip. If it's just to the lip, a lot of times this piercing will look crooked. Now, as far as the jewelry goes, it's pretty simple. 99% of the time, you're going to want to have a curved barbell in there. Typically, I do a 16 gauge curved barbell. They work really, really well, and you have to have a longer one to accommodate room for swelling. Like I said, it is going to swell, and it's probably going to swell crooked for a couple days, but it will go back. Once the swelling goes down, I do suggest going with a shorter bar so there is less chance of losing the bead and less chance of you playing with it, which would be the only way you would do damage to your teeth. Healing this piercing really isn't too bad. The only issues people really have with this one are the crusties, because we talk and eat, there's movement, and if the crusties get pulled into any fresh piercing, of course it's going to hurt. So keep it clean with that wound wash spray and keep those crusties off there. Now another issue people have is they lose beads all the time. Because we have a curved barbell in there, a lot of times they are threaded beads, and anything threaded can come undone. So check your beads on a daily basis, of course, with clean hands only. And then the last thing I want to say is, as far as eating goes, it's a little annoying and kind of weird because if you're putting a glass up to your lip or a fork or spoon, you might hear a little ting, and you have to kind of adjust the way you eat to get used to it. Keep in mind, hot, spicy foods, not fun on open wounds. One last thing, this piercing is going to be swollen, and a lot of times it swells up for a week, maybe even up to 2 weeks. So the more you keep the swelling down, the easier it's going to be for you. Some sort of anti-inflammatory for about a week or so, or if it's really swollen, you can always put cold stuff on there. You always have the fun stuff like popsicles, ice cream, or just soak it in a glass of ice water. That cold will get that swelling down real quick. It's funny, as I go through these videos, I sometimes realize I've never had that one either. So how is this one on the pain-o-meter? Let's check it out. It's a little bit higher than the normal lip piercing if you've seen that video. So why? I think it's that upper lip part. It's just a little bit more sensitive. People say it pinches more, and by the reactions of people that I've pierced, it is a little bit more than a lip piercing. But you know what? Every pain's still tolerable. So if you want it, don't let pain be the factor. I'm a big fan of this piercing. Number one, you're not doing any damage to your teeth or your gums. And number two, they just look cool. It's a kind of in-your-face piercing, that vertical center. I'm a very symmetrical person, so I'm a big fan of it. A lot of times people will put in some of these threadless curved barbells with forward-facing gems, just like right here. They look fantastic. I've also seen people put large flowers or gems on the top of their lip. This gives you a lot of options for jewelry, and it doesn't do the damage. So, big fan here. There's lots of different lip piercings. Which one do you like best? Tell me about it in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed my video, you got something out of this, do me a big favor, give me a like, make sure to subscribe, and of course, keep putting holes in your body. We'll see y'all in the next video.